This is a look at the driver's side frame rail. As you can see, it's severely twisted. That area should all be flat. You can see the frame rail actually starts to get buckled up and twist to the inside of the thing. Floor's buckled up, cargo floor at the back of the bulkhead. Floor's buckled up 2.5 inches or better. Dog rigger, or the outrigger area right here is coming down as well as going in that direction. You can see the lower lip of the frame rail where it's buckled out. I'm kind of reaching over so you can see the floorboard's buckled all the way across, looks like, from what I can see here. There's frame front area where the front beam's at. Gravel pan and everything's just completely mangled. Front beam is just, it's destroyed. Cross members is buckled, looks like. Frame rail on the far side is just jacked up in front of the cross member there. It's all whacked out. I'm just kind of getting the overall of it underneath here as best as I can. I may have to describe it to you through pictures because I can't really. I'm just trying to cover all of what I can see and what I can't see. It's kind of difficult to do anything with the way it's mangled up. I can tell more when I get it off on the computer where I can see it good. But I can tell by the way the beam's sitting, it's just actually totally mangled. Two front frame rails that come out in front of that beam are just destroyed. They're literally pushed backwards 10, 12 inches or so. Alright, coming out. Okay, here we go. We got view of the front area again. As you can see, the front end is just caved in exponentially. It's just everywhere. Dash is mangled. Of course, I had to cut it to cut him out. Jam is jammed up. The door jam is just moved all out of whack. Nowhere near where it should be. I'm going to go to the back. This area from here is kind of a line of sight view. Alright, this is where the side of the bus should be. And as you can see, looking along the body lines of the rear corner, it's pretty straight. You can see the left front wheel and the door jamb up there is actually buckled out to the left. And the sidewall literally buckled right in the middle right there. And it's probably going by the belt line, which the belt line should be straight down through there from here all the way to the front. My best guess is probably 4.5 to 5 inches that the sidewall is buckled in all the way down that side. On the passenger side over here, same view, pretty much the same area, kind of a line of sight down the side of the bus. There's my hand, that's the side of the bus. As you can see up here, that front corner up yonder, that is the passenger side door, which is sticking out over a foot. But you can also see, as I go forward, you'll be able to see where it starts buckling at the doors. The door jambs, the seams are all jammed up. This seam on this side, where the corner attaches, it didn't pop it loose. The driver's side, it actually did. The seam on the doors are all jammed up because the pressure from the front. They're so tight, I'm not sure about getting the doors open. We hadn't tried that yet. Here's the very front one right behind the passenger side front door. As you can see, when it starts getting down about the middle, it just starts buckling. Down in behind the door here, it gets really bad. The door's backed up. The front line of the door should be approximately here, where my thumb's at. So she's probably a good 2 inches out of place. Not to count, it's buckled that way. This area here should be level. My camera is level, but the dog leg is not by no shape. The imagination. Front side of it goes up, back side of it goes down. It actually ripped the dog leg in half where the step's at. That's the floorboard area where your feet goes in there. As you can see, it's all headlight bucket and everything's all up in it. There's 2 bumper bolts right down in that hole right there that you can see where the bumper bracket attaches to. That is the frame rail, which is supposed to be straight. And it's kind of folded around to the right, capped over itself. Up in the wheel well, there's the shock tower, and you can see the buckled bulkhead where it comes up between the 2 seats. Inside view of the dash area, as you can see the dash split apart, completely mangled it. As I said, I'm the original restorer of this bus. Hard to see, but there's a buckle in the top right there. It's hit it so hard it buckled the top. Some minor ones down each side. I want to go back around to the driver's side again. At the rear corner, where I was talking about the seam. This is a factory seam, hadn't been undone. And as you can see from the impact, it literally ripped the spot wells loose and ripped the panel apart. Pretty much all the way to the belt line. It's almost to the belt line here where the belt line trim's at, and it's still intact there. But from that point down, which is about probably a 30-inch area, it's just completely ripped loose. Off for now. This is under the passenger side front at the jack point. You can start seeing where it starts buckling the floorboard across there, where it's cracked the sealer loose. Like I said, I can't under enough to get good underneath, but it's so jammed up. It's amazing. Frame rail on this side actually looks pretty decent up until the front of this. When it gets in front of this, it starts twisting from the damage, because that's where the beam and everything attaches. And like I said, the beam's all out of whack anyhow. I have tried to get the doors open, and they're going to have to be forced open. So that's, got everything jammed up. So, just through the window, you can see all the seats and stuff are, you can't see much, but anyway. Nah, that's no help. Alright, here's a look at the inside. The impact literally ripped the seats loose from the floorboard. Actually, the frame rail on the seat itself could be bent. I don't know, but like I said, it's just a huge mess in here. Literally snapped the brackets holding the back of the seat in place, and actually ripped that one out of the back of the seat just from the impact. It wound up in the headliner, as you can see. Pretty much mangled that. And as I said before, the bulkheads are completely out of whack.